Well, for more on that story, I'm joined by KZN Violence Monitor, Mary De Haas. Good evening, Mary. Thanks very much for your time. Well, Thabiso Zulu, Cindy Somakaka's a friend and comrade, reckons one big problem is the ANC's refusal to own up to some of its own problems. Does he have a point?
Oh, I think so, because he's not the only person who's told me that. And I mean, you know, you take his plight and Les Struta's plight. The public protector found that the state should provide them with security. And that was two assessments done by their very own security people. And yet clearly takes the report on review for reasons which are entirely unclear, because if you read the Constitution, it is the job of the minister, it is the job of the police to prevent crime. Now, their own security threat assessment says that these guys are likely to be killed, so they have to have protection. So I don't understand it. The only reason I can believe is that the ANC itself is opposing it. I don't think clearly it's got an axe to grind with Zulu. I mean, I suspect that the pressure is coming from the party because Thabiso Zulu has been pointing fingers at various powerful people within the ANC. So that's why they're taking this line. So it sends a strong message out. Listen, guys, don't you expose us, because we're not going to protect you if you are under threat of death.
Well, he also speaks to the issue of a third force, which some leaders of the ANC have said in the past is responsible for what is going on. From what you know, and from what people have been telling you, does this third force even exist?
Well, it depends what you mean by third force. I mean, we use the term under apartheid because it was very clear that it wasn't, for example, it wasn't IFP-ANC violence or IFP-UDF, that it was being stirred by a so-called hidden hand, which was the apartheid security forces. It was the anti-liberation forces waging war on the pro-liberation forces. So that's where the term third force, it was very clear then. You know, you only had to go into the township and see the Caspers there.
But in 2019, does that argument hold?
Here it's a different, yeah. No, indeed. So, but I think what you have now, if I would say there's a third force, I would say it is located within the police, who are politicized, because we've never escaped from politicized police, and the security industry. The security industry, I mean, we all know that a lot of the hits in this province are orchestrated by taxi hitmen. They're deployed, rather, for people who want the hits taken out. And no action's been taken against them. Some of them are well connected. I can tell you that on Friday night, a very good policeman was gunned down. He was investigating a taxi come warlord, a guy who has been charged, got off before. This guy has either established a private security company or is in the process of doing one. Now, this guy was supposed to be arrested by the policeman who was gunned down, and he refused to be. And he, according to the policeman who was gunned down, in an affidavit he made before he was killed on Friday night, he is naming a very senior policeman as protecting this man that this good policeman was trying to investigate. So if you're looking for a third force, I think you need to look for it within the ranks of the police, because there's a lot of really good police out there who are trying to do their jobs, but they're not very powerful. They just slog away. They do good jobs, like the guys who did the Cleveland's investigations. But then you look at the people who've been promoted beyond their level of capacity, and you look at their political links, and if they are really part of the violence, even by refusing to act. So, I mean, if anything happens to Thabiso Zulu or Les Struta, the minister, the cabinet really have got, and the president, you could say, have got blood on their hands because they have allowed it to happen. That's the thing. Often this violence happens because the people who are supposed to stop it allow it to happen.
And that's why we're going to leave it for now. Mary De Haas, who is a violence monitor based in the province of KwaZulu-Natal.